Hi, I'm Lars from Canadian Engineered Innovations, and I have a project for students at Humber College in the School of Applied Technology studying microbased automation. I work with really cool fancy medical technologies, and one of those specifically that I'm developing is something that will help blind children keep their heads up. I'll tell you a little bit of background on this one, and I think this project is going to be a really cool project for you. So you kind of need to know whose lives you're touching with this project. Essentially, young children that are blind, they have a hard time knowing when their head is straight, especially if they're developmentally challenged. So I have some clients who essentially their heads are down, young children, and they don't know their heads are down. Johnny, put your head up. Okay. And their head's crooked. So the problem is they need feedback to know when their head is right. So what I want to do is I want to make an automation system that actually senses how their head is, and specifically if their head is perfectly straight or not. And if it's not straight, then give them some feedback to say, hey, Johnny, tilt your head to the left a little bit or to the right or up or down or whatever, so that they have an understanding of when their head is straight. And then their muscles will become autonomic and they will naturally understand where their head is. So with all that said and done, I'll tell you how I'm thinking about to make this work, all of the technology to make this work. And it kind of looks like this. The feedback is going to be speakers, because everybody listens to music, especially blind people, right? So that they can really tune into the music. And what I want to do is I want to have sensors that sense where the head is and then change the volume of either the left side or the right side. I'm also thinking about putting some haptic motors, maybe one for here or there, back and forth or something. So we'll just get into the technology, and you can really design this thing any way you think is fit. So let's go and talk about the technology that I have here, and it's pretty cool. And I've got all these components, I'll give them to you. So other than a styrofoam head, which I thought would be really neat to have in this project, so here we go with the styrofoam head. What we have is a pair of headphones, and there's an inclinometer up here. It's actually, the inclinometer that I will give you is 9 degrees of freedom, so it has an accelerometer in it, a magnetometer in it, and also a gyroscope. So it'll do actually pitch, yaw, and roll, so it'll really know where the head is exactly. Okay, with that said and done, we have essentially an Arduino over here. The Arduino will be talking I2C, really neat protocol that you will learn during this project. And that particular 9 degrees of freedom accelerometer is going to then talk through I2C protocol to the Arduino. The Arduino will take that information and then put it in its code and make some decisions. Those decisions, again, will go out of the output, will be I2C again, which will communicate to a audio volume controller, 2-channel audio volume controller. And then you'll actually just use an iPod or some kind of music player or phone that actually plays music, goes through this volume, this audio volume controller, and then controls the left and the right. The other thing is that I thought it would be beneficial kind of just to see this actually working and maybe challenge the students a little bit more and get them to use more technology, was to put a servo motor in, which I have a servo motor for this project, that will also communicate with actually PWM to the Arduino, and you'll be able to control and tilt this styrofoam head. The other thing that would be kind of neat would be to have some LEDs on here to indicate maybe the volume of the 2 channels and or the tilting as well. So I do understand that the controllers that the students are using in microbased automation have a lot of IOs on them. So you will actually be able to drive all of these things. I think this might be a really fascinating project. I have all of this equipment. I will definitely support all of the students who are doing this with whatever kind of information they need, programming, resources, whatever they need, I will be there. So if you're interested in this project, let me know. I will put a link with my address in this particular video so that you can contact me. Thanks very much.